Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Britt, creator of the StyleShaker, your guide to green and clean beauty, and I am back today with a much awaited review for the Herbivore Bakuchiol Retinol Alternative Serum. This one has been a long time coming. I have been trying this for a month. I'm gonna tell you all about it. Pros, cons, give you my final verdict and let you know if it actually did what it promised it would do. Without further ado, let's get into it. Here we go. Quick heads up, if you're going from toxic to non-toxic and have no clue where to start, check out my free green beauty guide back on the website. It's the one-pager I wish I had when I first started out. In the meantime, don't forget to like this video and make sure you subscribe so you never miss another one. Okay, so real quick rundown on this. It's gonna be very fast actually. It's $54. This is a plant-based retinol alternative, which is a huge deal. There's a lot of buzz behind it because retinol, in terms of skincare, those tend to perform really well when it comes to reducing fine lines and the appearance of aging and all the rest of it. So those are usually the go-tos, but if you're looking for something cleaner, you've usually just been like, ooh, I'll figure something else out. This is the alternative to the more toxic retinol serums. Everybody was freaking out about this, and that's why I was excited to try it, because I've used retinol in the past, and while it was too harsh, did have the most impact in terms of fine lines for me, but I had to stop using it because, you know, I've turned green and clean with my beauty routine and skincare routine. Anyway, that's why this is exciting. It's also supposed to help resurface the skin and intensely hydrate the skin. So, did it do all those things? Let's just run through the scorecard quickly here. It's a StyleShaker Scorecard, 7 of the most frequently asked questions. You can see the full review back on the website. I do want to tell you that I had a before picture here. It was at the side of my face because usually I'm looking for the cheek, and I thought I captured my forehead lines. It did not. I figured it out too late. So I don't have a very good before and after for you guys. That's kind of a bummer, I know. I can still take one now and then update you guys on Instagram, but you're gonna have to take my word for it. You know, I'm incredibly honest, so I purchased this myself. No one is paying me to say any of this. How did the ingredients look is the first question. Let's dive into it. Short and sweet, ingredients looked fantastic. No red flags to me. Let's go to the next question. So how is application? This is a very lightweight, almost jelly-like serum. It's not jelly, but it's like a lightweight liquefied jelly, which I actually really enjoyed. So it doesn't come out of the dropper and fall through your fingers. You can work with it. Glides on very smoothly. It did not feel or leave behind greasiness or tackiness. Actually, I didn't notice it was there after about a minute. So it scored a 5 out of 5 on application. Just easy, breezy, wonderful. How is scent? Good question. There is no scent, which I love. So if you get easily overwhelmed by scents like I do, you're not gonna have a problem here. 5 out of 5 on the scorecard. Is this a non-irritating formula? For me, I have combination skin. It is not super sensitive, but it has reacted negatively to products that I've put on it before. So I had no issues with this serum. I used it, like I said earlier, for a month. No breakouts, no unevenness, no little bumps, no nothing. Got a 5 out of 5 for that. Is performance, does it do what it says it's gonna do? One of the promises is it will smooth fine lines and wrinkles. A lot of products. As you guys know, a lot of products say this, and very few that I've tried have actually managed to do it. This did that. And I never say that on this channel. So where I saw that primarily was on the forehead, which are these fine lines here. They were significantly deepening recently over the past year, and that was a little concerning. It was a very high stress time for me, so I know that didn't help. Usually what helps is lots of water and hydration for my body. I can tell a very big difference in my fine lines and face and skin overall when I have water and when I don't. Stress is obviously a culprit, and I've usually relied on those two things and tried a couple of creams and preventative measures, and more of these anti-aging products just never really showed much of an impact. Well, this is the first one that did, so that's exciting. Hydration. I do think it hydrated. I don't think that was the standout thing to me, but then again, if it hydrated really well, that probably gave the appearance of plumping up maybe those lines a little bit so they don't look very much so like a wrinkle. So maybe the hydration element was there. I'm going to say yes. I'm not a chemist. Based off of how my skin was looking and feeling, it did feel hydrated. It just wasn't the #1 thing for me. For me, it was more looking at the fine lines go away. But now I'm thinking those two are heavily correlated. So yay on one, yay on the second. And the third promise talked a little bit about resurfacing. I didn't see a huge impact there. It wasn't that it didn't do it, it just wasn't a smoothing out or resurfacing of the skin. And I know that because I have a couple of resurfacing masks that I use weekly, and I can tell before and after immediately. Like I just did the Herbivore Blue Tansy. I used the Tata Harper resurfacing masks. These are mild, but I still needed to do that while I was using this, so I don't think that's where this was a little rock star serum, but it did really stand up to the promises and fulfilled the promises in terms of anti-aging benefits or aging well benefits. Fine lines, wrinkles, that kind of a thing. Got a 4 out of 5 on the scorecard. Is this a consciously created product? Yes. Cruelty-free, vegan, recyclable packaging, 5 out of 5. And the final verdict. Would I purchase this again? Would I recommend it to a friend? Well, let's look at the pros and cons here. So the pros, first and foremost, it actually worked on fine lines. I feel like that's kind of all I need to say. There's more. I think $54 for a skincare product like this, like a retinol alternative and a serum, is actually a pretty decent price in terms of what's out there on the market. I know there are less expensive, more budget-friendly options. I think Bybee has one that I want to try. There's a couple of them out there. I will give them a shot. But in my opinion, and budget is just very personal, I do think that this isn't hitting on the super, super high mark. I think it's somewhat more approachable than some of the others out there. And the real pro is that it actually works, you guys. It actually works. The cons. I suppose the price that I just mentioned could also be a huge con for a lot of people, and that's fully understandable. So like I said, I will try out the more budget-friendly alternatives and let you know how those go. And I can't think of any other cons. Would I repurchase based off of that? Absolutely. Would I recommend it? Absolutely, I would recommend it. Final score here, 29 out of 30. It came very close to a perfect score. I've never given one out. This is one of the closest to a perfect score that I think I've ever tried, specifically in skincare, because I'm often just let down and disappointed with that category. It's awesome. The rave reviews are out there for a reason. I love it. If you can get a sample, try it. If not, I think it's amazing and worth looking into further. It's a pretty color. Can you tell I like it? It's lavender. I like lavender. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this review helpful. If you did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up to support the channel. It really helps. It takes 2 seconds, and I thank you in advance for doing that. All right, guys, I will see you right back here real soon. Until then, bye.